First of all, are you a member of the Labour Party again?
Very good question. I got about just the day after the last election, I applied, I got a letter from the General Secretary saying welcome, I got my membership card through the post, and then about a month later when it got into the press that I joined, I got a letter from the very same General Secretary saying it's got to go through the NEC, and I'm still waiting.
And that's the ruling body of the Labour Party. Do you think this feels like the 1980s, a battle for the soul of the party?
I certainly think that this Labour Party conference is the nearest we've ever seen to the 80s, and in many ways it's actually far more important, because a lot of the stuff that happened in the 80s came from the fringes, came from the National Union of Mine Workers, came from Liverpool City Council, came from it came from other organisations, where of course now it's coming from the very, very top. It's coming from the leader, it's coming from the Shadow Chancellor, it's coming from people in that position. And I think that's probably why much of the press, much of the media, and much of the establishment generally are, if not at best confused, at worst frightened of what could happen.
What is the appeal, as you see it, of Jeremy Corbyn? Because there are many people, his critics, who say he is not going to be able to persuade the British public. He's got to persuade people who voted Conservative last time round, and he's not going to be able to do that with his socialist agenda.
I mean, up until yesterday, I hadn't actually spoken to him for 30 years. And yesterday, I literally bumped into him and had a conversation. And quite honestly, I couldn't believe the charisma that he's now developed, and the support. And, you know, like this morning in the gym, talking to a gang of lads, none of them all Labour supporters at all, but they were all saying one of the things they love about Jeremy Corbyn is when he's asked a question, he answers it. And I think that you're starting to get him identifying with ordinary people in a way you would never in a million years have seen with the likes of Blair or Mandelson. You'd never seen with them.
So what's your message to Labour MPs who clearly don't think that he's going to get the backing of ordinary voters?
I actually don't quite understand why a number of Labour MPs are opposed, because in my experience a lot of MPs love the position, they love the credibility, love the drinky poos in Westminster, they love all that, and the one way in which they're going to guarantee, well not guarantee, almost guarantee that they're going to stay in position as MPs is to have a united party, and united behind Jeremy gives them a very good chance of that.
Now yesterday here there was a decision made that Trident, the renewal of Trident, should be Labour Party policy. It was seen as a defeat really for Jeremy Corbyn. He's not having it all his own way.
I think yesterday he was behind that. I think he thought, well hang on, I've got certain battles to take on. At the moment the likes of United or others are in support of Trident. That one is something we'll leave on the shelf for the moment and maybe talk about in the future. Sensible tactics probably.
And you think he'll be the next Prime Minister?
I think he'll certainly be the next Prime Minister.
Okay. Derek Hatton, thank you very much indeed.